Everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, you like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notification before we go live, tap the bell. And if you want to join the incredible UVH fam, links are below to our Discord, along with our Patreon and our free options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what up, say what's going on. How we doing? How we doing? Apple just reported here, it looks like. Yo, Daniel, what's going on? Isaac, keep this forever. Yo, baby, 80s baby, throwback. Doing it. Rob Herman, keep this forever. Yeah, so I wanted to do something. Last year I wore a Minion outfit. Just trying to keep the theme. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to be taking the day off tomorrow, but we are here. Yo, Jeff, what's going on? All right, let's see what we got. S&P's closed up today. Actually, everything closed up. Down now. Everything closed up with the rate cut. Is that a moment? What's good? What's good? Mike Matthews, my man, what's going on, dude? What's going on? All right, so let's get into it. Let's see what... All right, so we got... trying to get... oh, here, Apple. All right, Apple's going on right now. So Apple... Okay, so Apple, we have earnings beat EPS. Apple's earnings... See, they don't have it updated yet. So we'll get into Apple in a second here. They don't have it all updated. I wonder if they updated Facebook. Facebook is up from 188. Sorry. Chris bought calls before close. Nice. Facebook, we had. Here we go. If you're here right now, say what up. If you made money today, comment got paid. If you lost money today, comment learned a lesson. Enjoying live from holding SPY calls. Apple's going up. Microsoft. Yeah, I'll go over my trades in a second. But yeah, Facebook beat EPS as well. Beat revenue. Daily active users is about in line. Monthly active users in line. Average revenue per user, they did beat by 15 cents. So that's good. King Chicken got paid then laid. Congrats, I guess. Starbucks is up as well. I don't know if anyone traded Starbucks. So here, Starbucks. Told me over the last 2 days I made $500 on PCG. Shorten that. Let's see here. So Starbucks is in line. 70 cents versus 70 cents. EPS global stores are up by 1% or 5%, but 4% was expected. I think they said something about China, right? Yeah, 5% growth in China despite growing competition from Luckin Coffee and concern about economic slowdown. Starbucks saw same store growth 5%. Yeah, Starbucks should be hitting highs again. All-time highs. Was it 90 something? 99? Yeah, they've been they've been selling off ever since they had the gap up. And this will get them right again. So on Apple, we'll wait for that. We'll wait for them. But on Apple, I was trying to get filled on an iron condor, but it wouldn't fill. Okay, so on Apple, I was trying to do a 1 standard DV. Actually, I still have it on. Well, the interesting thing was, like, I was below, like, I was trying to get filled at like 73 cents, which was below, like 5 cents below mid price, and it didn't want to fill. So I said forget it. I'm not chasing, but I was actually looking at Iron Condor selling the 257.50 and buying the 260 and selling the 230 and buying the 227. So I was hoping, but it never filled. I didn't want to keep chasing. Like, if I keep putting an order in, I keep chasing the bid like that, it's usually a bad scenario. But I was looking at a 1 standard deviation play, but it never came through. That's the way it goes. Right now, that probably would have been okay, because right now it's at 248. I was selling the 257s. It's all good. It's all good. Would have been a good trade. Julio, appreciate you. I was trying to sell my Tesla puts, but this pattern day trading rule is annoying. Yeah, Tesla's been consolidating around like 315, 312 area. Today, not a whole lot of trading going on. I've been kind of, since the market has been less volatile, I've been trading a lot slower. I've been making things happen, both good and bad things. I did close out of all my trades. I did close out BIIB today that I had open. When did I open this? So I opened BIIB on Monday for 85 cents. I sold it today for $2. And BIIB was really just so I made over 100% on BIIB, but you had to be really patient. It's been grinding up very, very slowly, as you can see here. I had the 310 call. I bought for 85 cents on, what was that? Yeah, that was Monday. So I had the 310 call. I bought for 85 cents on Monday, and it's been grinding up. So on Monday, I put the position on, and it stayed flat. Yesterday, it grinded up a little bit before selling into the close, and then we had a nice gap up at open. I sold a little early, but I wasn't going to be greedy on it. I sold it when it was like 304. It bounced up to like almost 307, but as you can see, that thing is sold off the whole rest of the day back down to 300. It's been having a hard time, as you can see here. Yesterday, it was having a hard time going above 300. Now it's back below 300, closed below 300. They had an upgrade, so I'm like, I'm going to take the opportunity. I'm not used to hair on my neck. I took the opportunity to sell. Glad I did, because now those bad boys, the 310 calls, it's getting close to expiration too. Yeah, these are now mid price. There's very wide. Bids 30 cents, ask is 70 cents. So you'd be lucky to get like 50 for these. See what's going on in chat here. We got a new strat, a new bot in here. Seeing how things work out. If you guys like the content, like the video, like what we're doing here, hit the like button. Appreciate it. PDT is to keep the small account small. That's not what they tell us. They say the PDT rule is to keep us safe so we don't go gambling our money in the stock market. However, if you go drive up to the casino with your entire kid's savings account for their college fund, you can blow that without any problems if you really wanted to. Hey, people who are, I think that's what they don't understand. Like, I don't. There's a lot of reasons why we have a PDT rule, but the main thing is, at the end of the day, a person is going to do what they want to do with their own money. Whether they, you can have as many laws and rules, but if it's your own money, at the end of the day, you're going to do what you want to do with it. That should be the person's choice, Nick. I'm highly against PDT. Yeah. Yo, Boris, what's going on? Damien, yeah, we saw it. We're still watching. We're watching earnings while I'm going through some of my trades today. They did beat, selling off a little bit here. Currently hit 196, currently at 191. So we'll see what happens. So really, not a whole lot of movement. Not a whole lot going on right now. So kind of going back to my trades today. So I had a nice one. I took profits from BIIB over 100%, like 110%. ATVI was another trade that I did. And then since I didn't go live yesterday, I will go through some of those trades that I put on yesterday. I got puts on PFE, GE, fingers crossed. Boris, that doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. ATVI, I put a trade on here. JDM in our Discord kind of pointed this out. So ATVI, they have earnings next week. So I bought the 58 call for next week. Figure it was pretty safe. It was chilling at the bottom of the range here at like 54, and I put it at 9. I put it on at 943. So it sold off a little bit. I put it on right in these bars here. But they had some good news regarding Call of Duty. They sold a lot of units of Call of Duty, and it caused it to spike up pre-market. And then we had a nice little sell-off. So I put a position on. I did buy it for next week, mainly because I wanted to. I was looking for a breakout here at 56, if we can get to like 56, and I traded next week expiration just to give it some time, and also to really, the impact of the pricing is not going to go down that much next week. So I'm currently up small in that position. I'm up 24%. It only cost me $98. I probably should have taken that off there. I'm bullish on ATVI. Yeah, so I'm up 24% on that currently. I have it for next week expiration, and like I said, that is next week, November 7th after the bell. We are going to be having earnings, so pretty safe bet. Implied volatility might spike up. IV rank is only 31 right now, but I don't know if you guys have been noticing, IV rank going into this earnings has been relatively low. We haven't had a high IV rank going into earnings. There hasn't been IV ranks of like 100 or 75, and even like Apple was 39. Facebook was 44 going into earnings. I think Tesla was really low too, which is good for buying premium than selling it. Took me a while to get enough capital to buy Tesla puts. Hopefully it doesn't reverse tomorrow, because right now, is Apple moving up? Man, that Iron Condor would have been good on Apple. I don't know. I don't like to. A lot of people get. I've done a lot of trading, so it's not like that discouraging. But a lot of people get very frustrated and they're like, "Oh man, I was gonna have this trade. It would have worked out. I would have made X amount of money. This would have been great." This is the Dan. This is the option swinger stream. Yeah, we taking. You go to usversusherd.com. We're taking names. We're taking numbers. We're doing local meetups, local matchups. We ready for it. Option swingers, baby, after 10 p.m. tonight, okay? Do you think that Apple will continue the pattern of stock price rising? The thing is, I was thinking Apple, for me, I was thinking Apple wasn't going to really go that much because it rallied so hard in the last couple of weeks. Like, it's been pushing. It literally went from 225 and has not stopped to 249. You know, it went from 225 to 249, and I was thinking, okay, well, it just ran pre-earnings. Probably not going to change a whole lot. Right now it's at 247, and like I said, I was looking at. I didn't get filled. I was looking at the. I was looking at this iron condor right here. I was trying to lock this in. So I had the 257s, which I think would have been good. 257, 50 calls, 260 calls, and then the 230 puts and 227 puts. So that's what I was looking at. So far so good. I mean, the Apple was running hard off the iPhone 11 news. So we know that they sold a lot of iPhone 11s. They put that information out there. We don't know exactly how many or whatever the case is, but we do know that that was good for them. Stelios. Looks like I'll be selling my call options today. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Did anybody here play Apple earnings? What do you guys have? Yeah, Facebook. Iron Condor won Facebook. Where to look? I kind of get scared to sell options or premium on social media stocks. That's just me, because I feel like Facebook and Twitter and Snap, they always kind of go beyond the expected move. So that's what I was thinking. So Facebook, I didn't sell anything on. And I was also scared. I was looking at Starbucks too, but I was also scared to sell options in there because of how much Starbucks has been selling off over the last quarter, and I thought their numbers were going to be good. I just didn't, You're like, well, why didn't you just sell the puts and stuff then? It's just like, I don't really trade a lot pre-earnings. Apple Premium, yeah, Rob. That's why I was looking to sell an Iron Condor, so I was going to short the options instead of buying them. Isaac's got a Iron Condor and Facebook, Apple, and Ironfly and Starbucks. Nice. So that's looking good. Boris, Halloween's tomorrow. I'm not streaming tomorrow, so I went a day early with the costume. You feel me? Stelios, thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate you, man. I have 270 call. I wanted to minimize my risk on it and didn't want to really get into trading based on earning. Nice. TWLO, Haviz. They don't look scary. Yo, we're doing some Stranger Things. I mean, how do you guys think? How do you guys think I would look like in the 80s? You think it's good? Think it's good? Oh man. A couple other trades here that I have. So I had BYND Beyond. I have the 93. I have the 93 call that I put on a couple days ago. It cost you 148, which is pretty hefty. I put this trade on. Actually, I put it on yesterday. I put this trade on yesterday at open when it was spiking up here. Now, the biggest mistake that I've made this week was not selling this option. So when it ran up here to $88 yesterday, I was up like 30% and I didn't take it. So I was up like 30%. So now I'm down $19 on it. I got some money back, but I mean it wasn't good. So I'm thinking that we are going to push up above 90 tomorrow. I mean, if it was expiring tomorrow, I would have sold, but we're hanging on now. We're hanging on. Amazon. So Amazon, I have a debit spread, 1,800 debit spread for next week. I put this position on. Where is the So I paid $67 for this debit spread. Let's go into. So I'm long the 1800 strike, and I'm short the 1802.50 for 67. So I'm up a couple percent on that. So I'm up 20% on that currently. Like I said, that's for next week. So Amazon ran pretty good. I put that on yesterday, and today we ran it pretty good. Right now we're up a little bit after hours, so I'm looking for that to kind of return up to the 1800 mark. So I have that position on. Microsoft. So Microsoft was another one that went against me. And I don't know if you guys noticed, like I've been trading really low and slow. Like I'm trading like I'm literally trading like a turtle right now, which is I would say good and bad. Like I'm letting things work out. However, the one thing that I did wrong in like BYND and stuff like that is I didn't take profits. And Google was another one. I was actually up on Google. I currently have the 1300 call, and this was another one like BYND. This was another after earnings play, and I usually lock these profits in. I don't know why I just didn't. So yesterday I bought the 1300 call, and so I don't know why I didn't lock this in. So I bought yesterday, at 926. So at 926, I bought it. So I bought it perfect. It dropped. It was looking like it was going to recover. It popped up to 1275, and I didn't sell. I was up like 40% on it. So I just didn't like. There's 2 times this week on BYND and Google I didn't lock profits in. Look, now I'm bag holding, right? So that kind of shows you like that's gotta stick to your discipline. Take your profits, you know. I left about $200 on the table because I didn't take it. Now, when you don't take profits, let this be an example. When you don't take profits, you're gonna freaking bag hold. Now we're bag holding with a mullet on. You know, doesn't make you feel good. But I mean, you do it to yourself, you know. So luckily, those positions. You know, we'll see. Google, I don't anticipate it working out. But Microsoft, I also bought yesterday, and Microsoft, I got the 145 calls, and Microsoft was selling off yesterday too. So Microsoft, it kept bleeding, man. Or actually, I put Microsoft on Monday. Was Microsoft on Monday? Yeah, Microsoft I bought Monday. For 88 cents, and it was looking okay. I was pretty much just chilling here on Monday. It dipped down a little bit, but kind of came back up to flat. Then sold off, and today comes roaring back. So, excuse me, I think I'm lost. Is this the Motley Crue live stream? Yo, J-Rob, what's going on? Got paid on TLT. If you made money today, comment got paid. If you lost money today, comment learn to listen. So I would say this week, I mean, I'm not doing bad. I think that, I mean, this week I could have been doing a lot better. There was 2 times, like I said, on Google and BYND that I didn't take profits, and now I'm kind of forced to hold. What I probably should have done was well, first should have took profits. Second of all, if you mess up, like you're gonna mess up. Like when your option is trading, you're not gonna play each thing perfectly. Like in retrospect, you could have done a lot of things, right? You know, like, oh, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? But like you got to think about what was going through your mind at that moment where you decided to take profits or not take profits, or let's say take a loss or not take a loss, right? So what was going through your mind? And then if you make a mistake, kind of go back to that. What I do, go back to that time frame, figure out what was going on with the stock, what was going on with your mind at that time, and see why did you do that, so that way you can kind of fix the problem, because a lot of times it's not the stock, it's usually internal. The plan was good on BYND and Google, but it came down to user error, which was me not taking profits. But that's pretty much all the trades. Bag holding some Nike too, but let's see. Let's check back in with earnings here, and then we'll go through the stocks that you guys want to look at. So Apple pushed up to 252 just now, a little bit ago. Now it's at 245. Yeah, I mean Iron Condor. That Iron Condor would have been good. All right, so what stocks you guys want to look at? I'll kind of look at some of the things. Let's see here. Tomorrow. Why don't you just do strangles on earnings? Because if you did like a strangle on Microsoft or on Apple or anything that hasn't been moving, it's kind of a gamble. If it doesn't move, you're gonna be paying on both ends. So you're gonna be losing money on the call. You're gonna be losing money on the put, and they're gonna take your money. So right now we had earnings on these guys tomorrow. I mean, nothing that really piques my interest until Friday before open. We have Alibaba. I don't think I'll be selling options on that either, just because it's a Chinese stock and it's gonna get kind of crazy. All right, TLT, the bonds. Yeah, TLT took a rip after that interest rate cut today. They did say they're not looking to raise interest rates. I'm sorry, cut interest rates, I think. So on that news, I mean, this could obviously push back to 145. I'm gonna wait to trade this until it can push above 140 though. If it can't push above 140, we're gonna have some trouble. Sideways action. That's what I think. BAC. So all the banks are running. They did go down today. They've been running all week though. I know like Goldman Sachs. And no cut in December. So Bank of America, it's at 31. Nice solid today, but it did push up on the news. You know, it's hard to say where this is going. I mean, it could easily come back down to 30, but with the rate cut, I mean, these could be pushing all new highs. Like, you know, when we keep pushing all new highs, whether it's a stock or the whole stock market in general, when we're pushing highs like this, like the immediate reaction, I think, for people is to go in and short those highs. But I think the issue is we can't time it like that. Like you don't know when the stock is going to drop. You know, like when we're looking at let's say for SPY, for example, when we were in this mode and being back and forth multiple times, you can short the tops, but when it's, and then up in here, it's got to be dangerous when it revisits up in here. But if we're above that and we keep breaking, we can, like in 2017, we could, if everything works out and the news is going well and China stuff kind of settles down and all that stuff. I mean, no one's talking about our trade war with China anymore. They're just talking about earnings and impeachment and all that. So if we keep pushing highs, you know, more people are going to short, and in turn, it's going to make us go higher because they're going to keep getting squeezed. So, you know, just because we're at all-time highs doesn't mean you should short it. So Bank of America, I do think that it's probably going to go after the reaction today. I mean, I think it might bounce. It was selling off this morning, but so was Goldman. Goldman recovered pretty nicely on the day. Didn't go green, but recovered pretty nicely. JP Morgan, I think Bank of America was the one that didn't recover as much as the rest. So JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs had really nice bounces. Bank of America lagged behind, but that doesn't mean it can't catch up. You know, Bank of America, because it did pop, but it sold off again. right up in here. So it did touch 31.56. I mean, all the banks had good earnings, so we'll see. Watch AGRX just got FDA approval for birth control patch. J-Rob. It looks like they just reported earnings too yesterday. Didn't go well. So see what happens. DT. Dynatrace. Yeah, the options have like no liquidity. They have like no strikes. Didn't see miss earnings. Citigroup. Wells Fargo did. Citigroup did, but so did Goldman. Goldman missed earnings too. JP Morgan and Bank of America beat, but Goldman and Citigroup, but doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. How do you calculate risk reward? It's really about what you think the stock is going to do and what your deltas are and how close you are to expiration. There's a lot of factors there. You know. So there's always big risk, big reward. There's also little risk, little reward, and you kind of have to find what works. You have to find what works for you. You know, it's a balance. Risk and reward is always a balance. You're always going to have to take some risk to get some. You're always going to have to take a risk to get reward. You're not going to have. There's no free money in the market. Lyft did well in their earnings as well. I'm going to turn that. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to turn that bot down a little bit. It's a little aggressive. The bot's trying to get all the likes. he's pipe down, bot. Yeah, but if Lyft can open up, what is it now? Lyft can open up above 45. I mean, this could run to 50, 48, 50. That'd be nice. Space. If that's something you believe in, I know they just had their IPO. They IPO'd at what, like 11 something. Down quite a bit. I would wait. You know, any IPO, like I don't invest in any IPOs. I mean, this is my personal opinion, not investing advice. But I mean, who would take investing advice from a dude with a mullet? Like, do you trust this face here? Do you trust it? I mean, I wouldn't. But IPOs, I mean, if you look at any IPOs this year, they haven't been going right. I mean, I would wait for the hype to settle down, and if it's a stock that you believe in, a stock you're going to hold long term and stuff like that, then go for it. But I don't like to buy. So when a company IPOs, they actually invest in like press and publications and hype, because the more people you get talk about it, more people get excited about it, you're going to get people to invest in your company so they can use that capital to grow the company. So, you know, why do you think WeWork wanted to go public? Because WeWork was a dumpster fire running out of money. So some of these companies are going out of business. They need to go public to actually maintain. Are you going to make a play for Baba? Stelios, I do not. I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna trade Baba till after, because the issue that I have with Baba is that the trade news, I don't know what kind of impact it has. They've been in this range. I mean, you might get lucky selling some like 185 calls and stuff like that, you know, out of range. It's been stuck in this little range here. You know, 180 has been a real top. However, you're going to be expecting a lot of people to be short here, and if they bust through that, it's going to hurt bad. it's gonna hurt bad if you're gonna short it, if you're gonna be here. I mean, you could go long. I mean, but then if they say something about tariffs and the trade war and all that hypes up, I mean, this could drop pretty hard. I mean, right now, the expected move is only $7. So for me, I don't really. Let's see, last quarter they went from 162 up to 167, so like a $5 move. So what up in the house? No trades today. Ariana, yeah, I mean, I've been laying low this week because I've said it in the Discord. I tell a lot of people this again. You know, my track record for going hard during Fed week is not good. So that's kind of what that's what you kind of figure out for yourself. Like, you know, once you start trading for a while, you begin to get a track record for, hey, you know, some people are really amazing trading earnings and some people are not. Some people can trade the Fed news and all this stuff coming out, and some people can't. So, you know, you get to know yourself as a trader, like what are you good at, what are you not good at. You know, BABA, I traded really well for a long time. It was one of my favorites, but I've been kind of staying away from it as the ranges be getting a little tighter here. But, you know, Alibaba is one of my favorite stocks to trade. I made a lot of money on it, but I'm gonna wait till after I'm gonna trade BABA after the earnings report. I mean, if it could break out of this range, I mean, we're gonna be seeing some good times, because it could go bust through to like the 190, 195 area, or it could bust up and kind of fade, which was Microsoft was starting to do. Microsoft busted out of the 140 range here, like as you can see here, kind of similar situation. It couldn't bust above 140, 141, and then we did on that contract news with the Pentagon for the $10 billion cloud contract. It broke out. Then I was worried, so I bought some calls because we broke out. I've been waiting for this moment, and I bought calls, and then we started to fade. We started to fade a little bit, and now we're pushing back up. So hopefully this can see above 145 tomorrow, so I can exit that position. I guess a lot. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to trade, I mean, the best way to trade or learn how to trade is to paper trade and going through like for me, I was going to put on that Apple trade, and right now Apple's 246. I was going to do that Iron Condor. Looks like it would have worked out beautifully. Who knows? We're going to open up tomorrow, so we got a long way to go. Before it open tomorrow, so anything could happen. I mean, we could wake up tomorrow. It's gonna be 260. Who knows? You know, they are having the conference call now, so who knows? Tim is probably. We sold a lot of iPhones. It was wonderful. It was so great. You know, we got the AirPod Pros coming out, and you know, it's just been incredible. You know, he just says that a lot. Not really saying a whole lot of anything about. You know, anytime Tim Cook talks, I mean, I'm not trying to talk bad about him. You know, he's been doing well as a CEO, but he always just is kind of rambling on how great things are. You know, give us the truth, Tim. Give us the truth. Like Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey did say they're going to end the. They're down a little bit after hours because they're going to. Where was that tweet here? Where's that tweet? I did post it in the Discord here. Oh, here you go. Jack says, "We've made the decision to stop all political advertising on Twitter globally. We believe political message reach should be earned, not bought." And then if you guys are interested in looking at what he said, go to Jack Dorsey. It's just at Jack on Twitter, and you could read all that. But the thing about that is, Twitter is prioritizing users over money. So that's why I took a hit, because Wall Street only cares about money, of course, and that's going to impact going into next year with the elections ramping up in 2020. It's going to cause some issues for cash flow. Tim with the long hair. What's wrong with being high? You guys are nuts. 420 after make a successful trade. I hit my goal 90% of my paper trades, but like 50% of my real account. So Daniel, you got to figure out, like, I know. So the biggest issue with paper trading is because you enter trades that you wouldn't with your own money. So you have to kind of replay those scenarios in your head, like, why did I put this trade on my paper account, but I'm not doing it in real life, or why did I take profits, or why did I let it run? You know, it's always a lot harder when you're exposed personally. Like, if you know, I mean, we all know how hard that we work for the money in our accounts. We all know how much money that we make. We know how much money that we lose. We know what it takes to get that back if we lose it. So what's, you know, you kind of have to go say, what's going through your mind when those things happen? HD, I didn't review Facebook yet. I was just kind of letting the dust settle here. I did say that, I mean, they did beat earnings. As long as he doesn't go on Joe Rogan and smoke weed, Rogan. HD. Yeah, the bot needs to be turned down. Sorry guys, I'm making some changes to the stream to kind of enhance it, try to make things look better, try to provide a better experience for you guys. So if you guys don't like something, let me know. We'll stop doing it, or at least take it up for vote. Because I mean, this is the internet. You can't please everybody. I got a lot of haters. Facebook. So Facebook, HD, and everybody looking at Facebook, you know, similar situation to Microsoft, where they haven't really been going anywhere since we had last earnings. They did sell off a little bit, but really been stuck between 180 and 190, very tight range of $10. I mean, like it's just chilling. Like, didn't do anything. So right now it's at 193. We got Facebook at 193. You know, my main goals when looking at trades like this, and my hopes for earnings, like when I see a chart like this, I don't look to like make it stay within here. My goal for, you know, not necessarily trading, but I'm looking at it to break out of range. So on the chart here, I'm looking for it to break above 190 or make a break below like 175, 180 here. But right now it's at 193. So if we stay at 193, you know, we'll kind of be out of range. We did tap like 192, almost 193 area a couple times, but I would love it to kind of have a breakout, because, you know, we can trade those. I mean, yes, we can trade these, but it's not as much fun. You know, being neutral like this, sure, you can sell premium and you can have those kind of trades. But for me, I mean, I obviously prefer to buy premium, and I would much rather trade a breakout here to 210 or 200 than it is to trade like a tight range like this. J-Rob, I'll be the buy. Stelios, it was great being here. Take care, man. Starman, what's going on? How you doing? Long time no see. Glad you're here. Sorry, I'm just going through the chat here. HD is HD. Okay. HD. HD has been running pretty nice. I mean, I traded the breakout, and right now it's kind of in a consolidating area right now. You know, it's been peeing between like 232, 233 up to 238 and bouncing back down. So, you know, for me, I mean, Home Depot has made me some good money, especially on these runs, but right now I'm trying to see where it wants to go. Why not buy an out of the money strangle on Alibaba? So here's a risk. Here's a risk. So before Rob, take it easy. Oh, live streaming from the iPad in the car, nice. Don't crash. Stay safe. Stay safe. If you're operating the vehicle, turn off the iPad immediately. So if you're looking at Baba, so let's say we're gonna set up. Let's say I was gonna set up an earnings play for Alibaba, right? Now let's go to Alibaba here. Now, for this week, so the expected move right now is between, let's just say it's $7, so $6.71, $7. I think Thinkorswim had it at $7, so round up is good. And right now it is, if you want to do a far out of the money strangle, the issue with this, let's say if you wanted to do something like this, far out of the money. You're easy listening to in the car. Yo, if you guys want something to listen to, I got something for you. Stay tuned in a second. After I get off Alibaba, I got something new. Hold on. I'm excited about it. Scared, but I'm excited. So, Health Rebel. The issue is if the stock stays the same, like if the stock stays here and we're riding this close to expiration and we're trading expiration Friday, I mean you could do it a week later, but if it stays anywhere between here between 185 and 170, I mean, you can kind of do this, but you potentially going to lose $400 in one trade because it's going to expire. You could push it out another week if you want. That might be more beneficial. Oops, hold on. Sorry. I think I chose the wrong date to begin with. Sorry about that. Hold on. Okay, so you're going to potentially risk 243. If you push it out a week later, you could risk 374, and if you push it out another week, it's 493. So it really depends on what you risk. If you're willing to lose, if you're doing an earnings trade and you're willing to lose $200, go for it. But the more times that you're wrong, I mean, you're wrong a couple times, that's going to really add up. $1,000, $800. I mean, so. For me, it's way better to trade after earnings for this type of scenario. Now, you could say, "Oh, I'm going to sell some premium." You could, but I mean, let's say I wanted to short it here like 185. I mean, to make $47 and risk 203. I mean, I would rather just wait to see what it's going to be. So if you want to lose, I mean, you can make money a lot of ways, but if you're trading expiration Friday, when on expiration Friday anything out of the money goes to zero, you have a lot of battles to fight there. You really need that stock to move. Not saying it won't. I mean, it could, but anytime you put a trade on, anything could happen. Like things you put a trade on, you think it's going to go to plan, and it doesn't, or it exceeds your expectations. Sometimes it exceeds your expectations. So, for me, what works is knowing what the data is and then putting a trade on there. What works for me is knowing what that earnings report is and then trading that accordingly. I'm not saying I'm not going to trade it after the report comes out. I might just trade it for that expiration Friday. It might be a fun trade. I trade a lot of times after earnings. But beforehand, buying like a far out of the money strangle, I mean, you can do the research on it more times than not. You're gonna lose on that. I mean, if you did an out of the money strangle on Facebook right now, you're in trouble. Apple, you're in trouble. Apple's still within the expected range. It was a $12 expected move. So what I was gonna say, one of the announcements that I had is, now it's not available yet, but not that. You know what options? I always go all in. Never go all in, man. Like in Tropic Thunder. Never go all in. There's certain things I can't say on the stream, so, and that is one of them. But right now I'm waiting for approval from Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, but it is live on Spotify, the Us versus Herd podcast. So the first episode I'm pretty nervous about, because I basically tell my life story as to where I came from, what's going on, what kind of shaped, molded me, and all that. But if you guys are bored and want something to listen to, just launched the podcast. It's going to be a weekly podcast. I did launch the episode a week early for everyone that was on our Patreon, so definitely appreciate you guys. So this was launched actually last week, but now it's on all streaming. Well, it will be on all streaming services, but right now it's on Spotify. I'm waiting for Apple and Google to approve me. I don't know why. Starman, if you have Spotify, you can get on there. It's also going to be in the Google Play Store. I'm waiting for, I can check again, but before this recording, yeah, it's still under, my account's still under review, so it's still under review for the podcast, but we're going to be posting at least weekly. I would like to do more, but I'm trying to figure out this whole like podcast thing. I'm not entirely sure of how it all works. I'm doing everything. Everything's kind of ad hoc, best effort right now. I know that probably my sound quality is not the best. Me speaking on the podcast is a lot different than doing the videos because you can't see. So, like radio, if you're on radio and you're kind of like, they're silent for a few seconds, you're like, oh man, am I connected or not? And then like kind of like on here, you can see if I pause but I'm still moving, you can kind of see. But if I go like this, you might think it's your device, right? So I'm still trying to figure out this whole podcasting, but it will be. I'll let you guys know. It will be on Apple and Google Play shortly. It is currently on Spotify, also in the Patreon as well. But kind of excited about that. So that just got published today on Spotify. So if you have Spotify is free as well. So Spotify is free. We posted some podcasts in there, options trading, entrepreneurship, or whatever we want to talk about. Next week's episode, I did interview FC, which is a member in our Discord. So I did interview him. So I'm going to be interviewing the Us versus Herd community as well. Thought we froze. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you could do a lot of things on the live stream and then to kind of trick people out. But I mean, what's the purpose? Oh man. But yeah, it's good. So I won't be going live tomorrow, but Starman, I will be posting that podcast episode tomorrow at 3:30 on YouTube. Yeah, Mike Matthews, appreciate it. So any other stocks you guys want to look at before I sign off? I've been streaming for 52 minutes, so this is a little bit longer. I'm doing like a live stream / watch list. Sometimes I post the watch list later, but I'm just gonna do both at once. We double tapping this. Let me make sure I didn't lose anything. All right. Any stocks you guys want to look at? Oh, it looks like Facebook dropped for a second there down on 190. Let's see what Apple's currently 247. Zynga. All right, Rob, got you. Yeah, I am not doing it right. I keep hitting it. All right. Zynga, Nvidia, and Twilio. Okay, we got it. Zynga had earnings as well. Looks like they beat. Where are they at right now? 60. I mean, Zynga's been having a good year, from 332 up to 665. Let's see if they could break 652. I mean, they did hit 655. So if they could breach 652, we gotta watch out for this area here because it's kind of a danger mode. J-Rob, Nvidia. But Zynga looks bullish. Nvidia has been going up, but I've been hesitant to trade Nvidia, especially when it's in the bullish mode. So it's really been trending up. It did break above the 194 here. It's been moving pretty high. Rob, they beat earnings. I'm just concerned about holding Nvidia overnight with any sort of trade news. Like one thing about the trade news, I mean, this thing drops like a rock because they get a lot of revenue from China. So you gotta be careful for that. But I mean, right now it's bullish, but I've been hesitant to trade it mainly because of the trade war. November and earnings are not for another 2 weeks. Yo, HD. I did review Facebook, but I'll do it one more time for you. TWLO. TWLO I have been trading, but the options are not as liquid. Yo, make sure you guys hit up usversusherd.com. We're doing the official options trading wife swap later tonight. we're turning into a dating channel. But TWLO, I mean, the option, the bid and the ask is a little bit wide. I mean, they do trade. Volume was not that good, but I have traded it. You really just kind of have to be patient. Off this bounce off 100 here, you know, let me, you know, as you can see here, this like 100 support back in here. It bounced off that back up to 107. Probably should have traded this, but I haven't traded it in a while. Oh, right now it's 95. They had earnings. So right now, never mind. They're no longer looking bullish. I forgot they had earnings today. Looks like they did beat EPS, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe they have lower guidance. So now if they're sub 100, I mean, obviously this is looking pretty bearish down to the 80 area, 90 area, lower 90s. All right, HD. HD, Facebook. Tell you one thing, this freaking mullet, and on your neck, it's hot. It's hot. Yeah, I should have brought a ponytail. Put it on my wrist for when it got a little spicy in here. All right, HD. Facebook is at 194. Like I said, now it's above the resistance here. So I do think that's probably going to push like 200, 210 area as long as we keep this. You know, the one thing is you never know when bad news is going to hit with the trade news and all that stuff. Right now they're laying low, but you never know. You never know when Trump wants to bring up something weird to take the news headlines off the impeachment. So just be aware. Just be aware. That's the only risk right now I see to this bull run. I don't know if you guys agree or not. But yeah, Facebook's currently pushing up. I mean, they beat earnings. Everyone's having pretty good earnings. So Apple's at. Oh, they did touch. It's kind of trying to make its moves here. Yo, Matthew, what's going on? I'm about to sign off, Matthew. We just went through a bunch of trades. But yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciate you guys. If you're interested, go to Spotify, check out the Us vs. Herd podcast. It will be dropping on Apple and Google Play. I got to get running. So, you know, as always, stay safe, stay green. It's Us vs. Herd.